So then I kind of now I'm even more confused because there's 28 of these, the 27 of these. So if there was a like 28 or no, yeah. So yeah, even if I remove one of these, that would make 27 of these, but then that would make 28 of these. So it doesn't, the math isn't mathing up on that. So I've been trying to hold off on purchases for a little while, but then my one contact that I got a good amount of stuff from before, I think it was like these bags here and stuff like that. I think I've gotten like 30 pounds of minifigures from them or so. And then they contacted me and they've got a whole bunch of the Marvel Series 1 minifigures. I think they were released 3 years ago, give or take, and currently the market's going for, like for one sealed random pack, it's about $10, give or take, $9 to $10 around there. So he asked me if I wanted to buy a whole bunch of them at $9 a piece, but at that I couldn't really make too much because I was just checking the prices, and on average, excluding selling fees, it's like $11.50 I would get for each one on average if I listed them individually, not as sealed packs and stuff like that. So I offered $8 a piece, and he agreed. For the most part, it's something that I would not normally go for per se, but the money it's being saved up for a purchase. So then I had it sitting there, but I don't need it exactly yet. So then this here should be relatively good, I'm thinking, for the Christmas season. So if I just need 16 listings, I think there's 16 is actually, no, is it 12 now? I can't remember, for that. And then I just need to create 12 listings, and then I get, I think it's 188 packs. And then from there, I can just add the quantity, and hopefully a good amount of it should sell before I need the money for the reason I was saving it up for. So yeah, we'll see on that, how that works. But the guy messaged me earlier today, like a couple hours ago, maybe like 4 or so hours ago, and then asked if I could do pickup tomorrow, but unfortunately, I mean, if he could drop it off tomorrow, but unfortunately that didn't work for me, so I said today or Monday works, and he said today works, and so he's already on his way over. It'll be here in like 40 minutes or so, and then, yeah, I guess that'll be the next clip. So yeah, then just got the minifigures in, and so this year is, yeah, like mentioned, from the same guy. I bought a whole bunch of stuff from before, and so for this stuff here, he hasn't looked through it. He said I bought from him before. I have no reason to doubt that. But yeah, then depending on where these were bought from, it's possible that they were looked before, but we'll find out soon. I'm hopeful they haven't, but yeah, we will see. Yeah, then we will go through these now. So yeah, all in all should be 188 of them. 5 of them were sealed boxes. Actually, since he did say sealed boxes, that might mean that they were probably bought initially sealed, and they weren't just bought like from a shelf at Walmart or something like that. Yeah, we'll see. So then, yeah, I have no reason to doubt it, especially now as the second one that I opened is, I think the name was the Scarlet Witch, and that one there is one that goes for about 15 plus bucks. So yeah, definitely, as suspected, this stuff is perfectly fine and not picked through or anything like that. So yeah, then I just got a whole bunch of boxes here for all 12 of them, and yeah, we'll see what we all get. And then the second one that opened is another one of those. So let's actually just record opening one, because that might be a bit fun. Let's just move this one down in case there was a cape at the top, and just a small cut there. And then, I dropped it in here by accident. But yeah, seems to be I think that's Loki. I've never watched Marvel stuff before, so I'm not entirely sure, but I think that is him there. So that is one of the ones. I think it's one of the slightly more expensive ones, but not a top 3. And then a third Scarlet Witch now already, so that is just from the 8 that weren't in boxes. So yeah, definitely good stuff. And then just got a good Spider-Man, so that's good. So then, yeah, just finished opening them, and definitely had a good amount of the good ones. So yeah, just a reference, it is these 3 here, or this one here is the top 4. I'm trying to remember which one's 5th place. I know these 2 aren't really too valuable. That one might be 5th place, but this one's got a good helmet, so that might help it a little bit. But yeah, let's just go with like these 5 here. And so of the one, we didn't get too many of these. I think these are Falcon Iron Man. I'm not entirely sure though. But yeah, only got 4 of those, actually 5 of those in all of them, so not good there. But then the one that we got the most of is the best, or about equal as Spider-Man, maybe a little bit lower than Spider-Man. But yeah, these ones here, I think we counted 26 of them. And these ones here go for about 20 to 25 bucks each. So yeah, that is definitely a good one to get there. So just for simple math, I'll go 25. So 26 of those. So 25, 4 is 100. So we'd need 40 for 1,000. So 26. So this here is about 750 bucks, give or take, of those guys. And then these ones here, I didn't count, but I think between these few here, we should be able to get our money back. And then these ones here should be profit, roughly. I think it was like 1,500 I paid for all of this, give or take a little bit. And normally what I would do is just go with like this one here, for example. Normally how I list them is I list the minifigure and then I list the accessories and stuff like that separately. However, for this here, because I'm trying to get the money back sooner than later, because I want to have a cash flow for the other minifigure stuff that is hopefully going to be going through sometime in the next few months, then I am going to be listing these here as complete sets, most likely. I'll double check for each one, of course, but then yeah, this stuff here will probably be going to eBay, and yeah, we will see what the stuff goes for, but I have a feeling that this stuff here should be a pretty good seller for Christmas presents and stuff like that. So yeah, hopefully get this listed soon. So yeah, I won't be able to get this stuff listed today because it's already running quite late, but then I can start the first step at least. And so what I will do is there should be about 188 roughly, might be on off or up, or on or off, or yeah, that number might be on or off a little bit by a few, but it should be roughly there. But then yeah, so I got 2 packs of 100 bags, so I'm just going to double check what I all need to include for the set. Since it's going to eBay, it doesn't need like, for example, this one has 2 machetes. I don't need both machetes unless that's actually how it is in the set. I'll double check stuff like that though. And then yeah, just get all of these sets ready of this stuff here, and yeah, we'll start working on this then. So then made some progress with the, no idea what that one's name is, and then the Scarlet Witch ones. So those there, all that. The capes are inside of a smaller bag, inside of the larger bag, just to have a little bit of protection. But yeah, so then that is all that there, and still have to do that with all of the other ones here. And then hopefully get that stuff listed Monday, and yeah, we'll take a look at some more numbers then. Yogurt time. So then the goal for today is several things, and I just realized that one of these is here, although I'm pretty sure that's one of the extras from there that I should probably count or something. I don't know. But they should all still be in here, so I would have made sure. That's it. It probably just fell out of there because that container was on the side here. But yeah, so then with this stuff, I mean, okay, I will double count that just to make sure. But then today, I am going to first focus on trying to bag up and get the listings created for all of the minifigures and then try and get that listing created for all of them. I went out and bought one of these a while back because I needed it for testing for the eBay stuff, but then I completely forgot that I had already purchased one of them. It's where I was storing some of the Cane Jars minifigures and stuff like that. There was the Gar Saxons and Bo-Katans in here as well, but I did move those to box 88 over there. So then now I can use that one as well. So yeah, after that, yeah, so see if I can get this stuff listed. But yeah, then today in total, between the two stores, have roughly 1,000 lots to pull, so it's going to take a while to pull orders. So I'm hoping I should be able to get this done relatively fast. I mean, I know it's not going to be like a 5-minute task or anything like that, but it is currently 2:25 p.m. and I hopefully can get this stuff done and all the orders pulled by around 11 or so. So yeah, we will see what we can get done today. So then I kind of now I'm even more confused because there's 28 of these, the 27 of these. So if there was a like 28 or no, yeah. So yeah, even if I remove one of these, that would make 27 of these, but then that would make 28 of these. So it doesn't, the math isn't mathing up on that. So I'm thinking maybe it's somehow dropped out of one of these containers because all of them have it. So I will keep track of that, but I guess I'll just quickly visually confirm that every single one of these has it. But yeah, no idea where that's from. So yeah, then I just checked all of them manually for both of these, and every single bag has them. So yeah, that one's just either I got 2 extras in one bag or something, or then it just is somehow from one of these. But yeah, then I will get to work on this stuff now. So I just went through the Loki one, and I was short one of these guys, but then for the last one, I'm missing his hairpiece and another one of those. So yeah, definitely was a slight issue with these ones. For just like these ones, isn't just the Loki ones. The other ones have been fine. So then just now finished with the bagging up of all of the different ones. And yeah, so then the one missing Loki hairpiece. So it's entirely possible that it was missed when being packed originally, or if it was lost inside of the bag when it was emptied out. Because when you dump out 188 bags, statistically, there's going to be at least one brick that stays stuck, but those things are already in the recycle. And my dad usually is somewhat good at finding Lego bricks if I accidentally leave them in the recycle, and he didn't find any this time. So yeah, there's none of that. So I'll just list those parts individually at some point in time. And then we got one extra cape from Spider-Man. I double checked and all the capes were there, and we had one extra short cape. That's somewhat more common for smaller capes from CMFs. And yeah, just all of the extra stand things, a couple other miscellaneous extra parts. But yeah, so that is done there now. And so now I will try to get the listings created. And so yeah, we'll double check the quantity when it's listed. I opened up 2 packs of 100 bags for these here, and then I just counted, and there were 14 bags left, though I'm pretty certain at least once or twice I did grab a bag from here instead of the stack I had there. So it does line up with the 188 that I purchased, but we will find the quantity out exactly once it gets listed. So then, yeah, I just got the very last of them listed. I'll get them put away in a little bit. But yeah, then might as well look at some fun numbers because I know that this stuff can be interesting. So we have 12 listings for the 12 different ones there. And for those curious, these are the prices. Winter Soldier, $9.75. Zombie Captain America, $18.50. T'Challa, I think, is $10. Captain Carter, $16.50. Gamora, $10.50. Vision, $10.50. I thought that one was a little bit more for some reason earlier. Then we have Sylvie for $10.50, Captain America Falcon for $25, though that one's price seemed a little bit all over the place. I saw one for like $13 in Canada or like 15 or something, but then the next cheapest one was like 30 or so after shipping, so I just went more so in the middle on that one, and I only have a few of them compared to the other ones, so that should even out a little bit. And then Monica Rambeau is $8. Loki is $20. That one's price was a little bit everywhere as well, but there's a lot of them sold around the $20 to $30-ish mark and listed at that, so I went with that. Then Scarlet Witch, which we got the most of, is at $25. And then Zombie Hunter Spidey was $45, and that one seems to definitely be the most expensive of all of them. There's a couple of them more so sold around the $40-ish mark, but I'm thinking, especially since that one seems to be much more popular than the rest, that as we approach Christmas, it should be around there. But yeah, I'll just see how this stuff sells and then see if I need to update prices and stuff like that accordingly. So yeah, then we had all 188 as expected, so it's all there. And then in total, it's at $3,294.04, and that's gross total. And for reference, I did about the evening one night and then just the morning today. It's almost 6 p.m. So about 1 day of work, excluding shipping time. So I did a eBay fee calculator in Canada. So I put in that price there. And then the shipping charged and shipping cost, because in Canada it's $2.50 and to America it's $7.50, so I just went on an average of $3.99 each, and then went to the nearest $50 thing. It was like $6.52 or something like that, so I just went with $6.50. And for that, and then I just did the same for my cost. And then the categories, so eBay fees are $648.32, and then that includes one base cost for the listing, although it says 30 cents there, but in reality it's actually 40 cents because anything over $10 is a 40-cent fee in Canada for that. So there's that stuff there. And I always include the sales tax because in the past, eBay, I think they used to charge fees on the sales tax you collected. So now that eBay collects sales tax, I don't think they charge fees on that, but I'm not entirely sure. So I just always like to do Ontario to Ontario to assume the highest fee for something like that. If I sell international, it can be a little bit more, but I have promoted ad rate percentage added because all of them are promoted. So sometimes they sell with that, and then sometimes they sell international. So for the times it evens out, it's roughly about that. It doesn't have to be exact. So we're left with $2,645.72. And then I went and did 188 times 0.40 for the 40-cent fee. Actually, it should be 187, but it's pretty close because there's 188 listings. So then if I pay the 40-cent fee on top of that percentage fee, that is $75.20. And then we have our total here, and then the base fee, and then we had what I paid for them. So all in all, for about a day of work, roughly, it's about $1,066.52 profit. But the thing is, it's not like it's going to just sell within a day or anything like that. So hopefully this stuff will sell over the next few months. And yeah, we'll see if the prices are good at that, if they actually sell, or if they're just that the market's a little bit up in the air or something like that. I have to lower the prices and stuff like that. So at least I know I've got about, after fees, roughly $1,000 of wiggle room for if I need to adjust the prices, because then if you do that divided by all 188, in theory, I feel like I might have done that math wrong, but that might actually be right there. But in theory, then I could drop the prices by $5.67 per listing, and then I would be at break even. Actually, it could be a little bit more because then the fees would be lower and stuff, but that's roughly the amount. But yeah, then hopefully I don't need to. So at least I just know like what the rough estimate is for stuff like that. So yeah, we'll see how long it takes to sell and hopefully get a good return on this stuff. But yeah, now it's almost 6 p.m. and I have almost 1,000 lots to pull. So I'm going to get to pulling orders soon. So then I now have all of them in the drawers. I did 2 different ones per drawer. Just tried to avoid putting ones that are too similar together. So yeah, just like those ones there. And then this one, those, this stuff here, then this one, and then this one here. So yeah, the main ones that I wanted to avoid were the ones with the Captain America shields, because we've got the Falcon and Captain America thing, which has the one, and then we've got the, I think the name is Carter, have another shield, and then we've got the Zombie Captain America, which has another shield, and I think that is all the ones with the shields, but yeah, still just wanted to avoid those. And then we have 2 per drawer. I didn't label them or anything like that because I just didn't, but yeah, we'll just kind of leave it here and just see what happens. And then to make it more naturally blend in with the surroundings, we'll put about 6,000 Technic pins on top of it. But yeah, then to try to better explain what I had meant in the previous vlog, this here is an example. This here is a video from Leg Bros, and as you can see, it is filmed in 1080, like the setting is set to 1080p HD, and you can just see the video quality. Actually, since I'm recording now, it'll probably not be quite as good, but the video quality of it is extremely high. But then you've got my video, which is also in 1080p HD, and it just, the entire thing is blurry and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I had meant in the previous one, where I want to try and see if I can figure out why, even though mine's in 1080p, everything even close up is just blurry, for lack of better words, compared to these ones here where it's all clear, even if it's in the background. Yeah, it's not in the focus, but it still is somewhat clear and stuff like that. And so I'm thinking it might have something to do with the camera, because maybe phone cameras aren't meant to film for stuff like that. But yeah, that's the one main thing that's really kind of holding me back from filming more of that stuff. I mean, well, like I wouldn't until the new year, but yeah, that's the one kind of thing I need to see if I can just figure out, because the GoPro doesn't do anything to help with that. The phone camera, it doesn't seem to help with that. So yeah, that's just what I'm trying to figure out. But after a couple of years, I haven't really gotten anywhere, because I haven't like exactly done exhaustive searches, but I've tried a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, we'll see if we can figure that out one of these days. But yeah, time to pull orders soon. So let's just actually do a updated check on how many lots we're shipping out. Open up that calculator just to add them a little bit simpler. So on Brick Owl, we have 250 lots. Put that here. And then on Brick Link, we have 884. So yeah, we've got 1,134 lots to pull. Let's check what the store's lot count is. It is now at 17,702. So still pretty similar to what it was before, but yeah, making good progress. So the goal is to start with pulling the 2 largest orders, and only after those orders are pulled to then start trying to pull the rest of the orders. And let me just get Bricklink up real quick. And I spelled that wrong. Let's see right here. So yeah, gonna try and get the 2 largest orders pulled, and I'm honestly a little bit doubtful as to whether or not the iPad actually has enough life in order to actually pull that without it dying with the battery running out. So yeah, we're at 100%. And so yeah, we got the 2 large orders, but yeah, those 2 large orders, even though combined it is 700 lots, that's just barely over half of all of the lots total. So yeah, we have a lot to do, but yeah, we're going to be starting with the first one. So 1,860 items, 389 lots for just 125 bucks. And yeah, so it's a lot of cheap parts, but yeah, we're clearing out a lot of stuff. So yeah, it is nice to be able to clear out so much of that stuff. And yeah, so just a quick check-in on the time because I forgot to check. Today is the 11th, so that means we are hopefully only just slightly over 1.5 months away from finally being able to get back to work on listing. And yeah, I know it's been a few vlogs since I mentioned it, but yes, we are still working towards, well, I might have said it in a recent vlog, I don't remember, but yeah, we are still trying to work to get more of this bulk minifigures. And so yeah, we'll have to see, because there's the one deal that is starting before the deadline, but we probably won't be getting too much of it. Well, not all. We already know we won't be getting all of it before the new year, but we might be getting a little bit before the new year, but it might be a little bit after the new year. But yeah, we'll possibly still include that in the total weight because it was starting to be in the works already now. But yeah, we'll see on that. But yeah, we should hopefully still be able to hit our goal on that. And so yeah, should be making some progress with that. But yeah, I've got a lot of work to do, and it is currently 7:16 p.m. So time to get to work. So with a bit of help, was able to pull both of the 300 plus lot orders. I'm going to put them on other sides of the table just so I don't mix them up. And yeah, so then those 2 are now pulled, but it is now 10:50 p.m. I'm going to pull the eBay orders, but besides that, I don't have time for any of the other ones yet. So then tomorrow morning, when I get here, I'm going to have to pull a lot of orders. But of the remaining ones, I think the highest lot count is only 85. So even though all in all, I still have to pull, well, this was like 700. Total, there's like 1,200. So that would bring it to like 500 or so. That is somewhat doable. I mean, it'll be a late shipping day tomorrow. Like I won't get to the post office till later in the day, but it isn't an impossible amount. As long as I don't get a whole bunch of orders overnight. But yeah, we will see what happens. But at least I was able to get the 2 largest orders pulled. And the iPad is at only 19% battery health remaining. So yeah, wouldn't even be able to pull the rest of the orders tonight if I wanted to. So I'll let that charge overnight. So then I just realized a slight miscalculation from earlier. I stated with the listing thing that there's 188 of these, but with that, I didn't include the copy of the Loki that was missing the hairpiece. So it turns out there was actually 189 copies. So I just sent the seller the $8 for the extra one there. And yeah, we probably won't be seeing that hairpiece anytime soon because the rest of the stuff is already in the recycle. And yeah, it's not worth going through 189 bags that are already bagged up and already in a recycle bin to find one hairpiece. So yeah, that's fine for that. Yogurt time. So then, yeah, it's now the next day, and I still have like 400 or 500 lots to pull. And yeah, so I'm gonna work on that. It is currently, oh, and just like a follow up from the previous vlog, the thing's open again for some reason. But yeah, it is currently 2:31 p.m. And yeah, so I have to pull the 400 to 500 lots still before we can ship stuff out. So it'll be a late shipping day like expected, but we'll see what happens. But we currently in Canada, at least time as of recording this, though it might be already all finished by the time this vlog is released, Canada Post is going on strike this Friday. So that means that, yeah, we are probably going to be having some noticeable delays in shipments and stuff like that through Canada Post. However, only about half of my shipments are directly through Canada Post. Usually only letter mail orders, and then some parcels, only a few. Only if it goes to like a PO box or a super remote location, then it is through Canada Post. But so yeah, international orders and orders that are shipped with parcel that is not Canada Post still arrive perfectly fine. But then I need to figure out what to do for the other ones. So yeah, it's this Friday, so on my next shipping day when the strike starts. So yeah, I'm currently thinking of several things. One is that I might be setting up a thing in the terms to specifically specify to buyers that their order will still be shipped with letter mail, because it's probably going to be a rotating strike, at least at first, not a full lockout strike. So it would just cause more delays rather than just impossible, no packages delivered, at least for the first little bit. But then have an option that if they don't live in a super remote location, or if they aren't shipping to a PO box, that they can opt to choose to pay the parcel shipping cost, which is flat rate $10, in which case the order will be shipped right away and still arrive on time because it won't be through Canada Post, and then potentially they won't have any delays if it's important. However, then if it is through letter mail, that the stuff could just be there for a while before it's delivered and whatnot. But yeah, lots to do. So I'm going to first ship all the orders out and then see if I can figure that out. So I just finished pulling the 257 lots on Brick Owl. And so when we combine that with the lots from the 2 larger orders pulled yesterday, that means if we open up the calculator, we start with 947 on Bricklink, so minus 389 and minus 312. That means we are left with 246 more lots to pull. So yeah, looking at those orders here, the largest one lot count wise is 54. So nothing too crazy. It is currently 3:49. Yeah, I'll finish pulling the orders now. So just finished pulling all of the orders. So yeah, we got all of these ones here, the large ones there, and then one more order over there. So yeah, all in all, we are shipping out $1,220.86. There's also a Wii board that we sold. I'll see if we have time to pack that up, but it's already past 5 p.m. We're running late, and that wasn't paid till well after the deadline, so probably won't pack that up, but that'll knock only like 30 or so bucks off that. Well, might as well at least try, so I'll just grab it. But yeah, so sold this rebalance board here for $20 plus shipping for that. So for all be in the images and stuff. So it is now 6:36 p.m. and we just finished packing up the orders, and yeah, going to get it shipped out then. So now that all of the orders are shipped out and I finally have just a moment of free time, I'm actually doing what I was planning to do earlier, but I didn't have any time until now. But basically I've got all of these series minifigures here. So there's a string from the plastic molding there. Yeah, so basically right now I've got it only listed on eBay, but the more platforms you have it listed on, the better chances of selling. So since I have so many of them, I'm going to deduct, like, for example, like 5 from each of the listings on eBay, and then just add 5 on Bricklink and just figure out the prices and stuff like that there. So yeah, we will figure out that stuff and get some of this stuff listed and hopefully increase the amount of them that sell. Haven't sold any yet, but it's only been like 24 to 48 hours or something like that so far, and I do expect them to be more so as we get closer to Christmas. When people start buying it, that's when it should start picking up in sales a little bit. But if they are like really slow selling in, like, I haven't sold any by next week or something like that, then I'll drop all the prices by like $1 or so, because when we did the math, there's about 5-ish of profit, like assuming no other costs. I mean, that doesn't include like the base costs of like rent and stuff like that. It's just on the item cost here. So in theory, I can drop the prices and it would be a decent amount below market value on eBay specifically, and then that should help be solid for sales. Because normally when I list stuff like that, let's just say this one, I don't remember the price I listed this for, but let's say, for example, normally sells for like $10 or something like that, then I would price it at like $9.99 and stuff like that. But if I'm trying to move it fast, I could put it at like $8.99, and then it should in theory sell a bit faster. But yeah, then I'll get this stuff listed. I'll probably end up having to list it as used incomplete, because as new incomplete, because it doesn't have the instructions or original packaging and stuff like that. So I'll double check that stuff, but then try to get some of that stuff listed. So I did end up already just now, because I remembered that the whole point is I wanted to sell these as fast as I could, for the stuff to try and get the return sooner than later. So I did on eBay drop all of the prices by $1. So that doesn't mean that I have $1 less profit on each one. It's more so I've got like 80 or 90 something cents less profit per copy, because when you lower the price by $1, you also save the, I think it's like 13% in eBay fees that you would pay on that dollar and stuff like that. So it's not like it's quite $1 less per thing. So then that would lower the profit a little bit on that. And then I listed the same ones on Bricklink. And how I typically do it for Bricklink is I have something, let's just say that this one here is $8.75 on eBay. Then that one is this one here. Actually, this one here is one of the few that is worth a bit more on Bricklink than on eBay after fees are calculated. So let's go and find one like the Captain America zombie one here. So that one there, we can see it is 17.5 on eBay. So I ran how much it would cost after eBay fees for something like that, and then I had a similar price is what I listed it for on Bricklink. So it was about $3 more in fees that I would pay by selling it on eBay compared to if I had no fees on Bricklink, because I say no fees even though I do have fees. It's just that's how I calculate it, because it's like 3% or something like that. So then I redid the math for all of this stuff on this page here, excluding this one, because this one here is more of an outlier, being worth a whole bunch. So for all of the regular ones, for these 11 here, I did the math again, and excluding fees, it's like $10.50 profit on average for each of them, and I paid $8 each. So if you were to just assume 10%, which is what I usually do for fees, then that still is over $1 on profit for each of those, and that excludes the super valuable one, which the price may be adjusted a bit. I'm not sure how I'll do that yet. But yeah, they're all listed as new incomplete because they don't have the packaging or extras. So yeah, I just wrote for the note, new, removed from original packaging, placed in a bag, no packaging instructions or extras included. So yeah, that is now uploaded there, and all the prices were dropped by $1 on eBay. So yeah, we will see what happens. But yeah, almost, well, 10:21 now. Yogurt time. So yeah, then now that the strike is in just 2 days with Canada Post, then yeah, that is probably going to be leading to a noticeable slowdown in sales. So yeah, then yeah, not much to do about that. So probably won't be so yeah, I guess there's just bad timing for this stuff, because this stuff here is the type of stuff that gets shipped letter mail in Canada. So yeah, that's the stuff that's going to be having the largest delays. So then all of this stuff here is going to be the most heavily affected type of stuff. So yeah, that is probably not going to be good sales wise. So yeah, it'll probably be a couple weeks before those things start selling now, thanks to the strike. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, so then this here is a return I got of some of that Lego there. The buyer never sent a single message. The tracking shows that it arrived at the destination place, like the city, then it was out for delivery, and then it was not picked up or unable to be delivered or something. Then it was brought back to the post office, and then just 3 hours later, it was on a truck back to me as a return. And it said that resident not available or something like that. So at first I thought, well, the person wasn't home to receive the package, but it was worded slightly different than that. So I'm starting to think that maybe the person just doesn't live there or something like that. But the thing is, they've never messaged me at all for this about it not arriving or anything like that. And it was one of the ones from probably a month or month and a half ago, and haven't received a single message. So yeah, then I just got it back in the mail today. So we are about to open it up and see if it's actually all here, or if something might have happened to the package. Although I'm pretty sure it's all still here, but we were going to find out in a minute. And then once I verify that it's all exactly as sent, then I will issue a refund to that buyer. And then yeah, I'm going to see what happens. I'll get it relisted then and stuff like that. And I opened it upside down because the address and stuff is on the other side. But this looks to be all of the Lego that was sent. So yeah, seems to be all here. I'll verify it a little bit more off camera. But yeah, so just they didn't want the Lego or something. I have no idea. But yeah, actually, yeah, it's probably that there's a incorrect address or something like that based off of how fast it was returned. Because they might have brought the parcel there, said, we've got a package for whatever the person's name was, and then the person who lived there's like, no one like that lives here, so I'm assuming that's probably what happened. But yeah, also it feels like there's a large gap here. I guess I never trimmed the box on this one for some reason. Or, well, I mean, there's probably packing paper on the other side, though I can't exactly see. That seems a bit weird. Usually I don't leave gaps like that in boxes. So that's a bit interesting. Might have just missed this one because when you ship out a lot of stuff, you do miss stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to get that figured out. But then we've got a birthday tomorrow, so probably won't be able to get too much done in the store today because I have to get a whole bunch of stuff figured out for that. Yeah, so tomorrow I should be able to do a bit of work once all that stuff's all figured out and stuff like that. So yeah, going to figure this out then. So then looking in the box, there was packing paper, but I'm guessing because it went all the way, let me check off camera, let me see here. It went all the way to the middle of British Columbia and then back here, that it probably didn't survive too long and got quite crumpled up and stuff like that compared to how it was when it was shipped out. So yeah, we will just double check the weight of this. But yeah, this one here had a BB-8 set in it, I think. So let's actually just put this, turn that on. And we know the weight of these boxes roughly, so we'll leave it in the box for now and then grab the box and just check to see how accurate the weight is on this. Change this to pounds. So yeah, 7.3 pounds. So including the packaging weight, that is the 6 pounds, which is the 5+1 free. So yeah, it's all there. So yeah, who knows why, but stuff like that just happens for things when you're a seller. It's not the first time it's happened. Probably won't be the last time, but yeah, nothing to really do about it. So yeah, then I got the quantity of this back onto the listing, and so yeah, like mentioned, it's the 5 pounds plus 1 free bonus pound. So I thought if I listed 5 pounds, odds are that the next order that came in would be of 5 pounds, and then that would I can remove the labels and then just reship it out, and that would save a bit of time. However, when I listed 5 pounds, for some unknown reason, someone decided to buy just 4 pounds, even though it's buy 5, get 1 free. I don't know if I've ever had an order of 4 pounds on that listing before, so that was definitely a surprise. So I was just like, well, that's a one-off thing. So then I increased it to 5 once more because I do still have some of the backup there. So even if I sell a little bit more, it'll be okay. And then someone bought 2 pounds. So I still sold all 6 pounds. I'll just have to repackage it up and stuff like that. But that was interesting. So still all sold, just in 2 separate orders instead of the one. But the one thing that was interesting is that, as mentioned prior in the previous vlogs, I have the price at the $7.50 a pound because I want it to sell real fast and stuff like that. However, curiosity got the hold of me, and so I was like, okay, I wonder what happens if I raise the price just slightly. So and to see how that would affect the sell time. So I raised it from $7.49 to $7.99 a pound, and then it was within like an hour or so that it sold the 4 pounds. And then when I put it back to the 5 pound one, I decided to try again. And so I raised it from $7.99 to $8.49, and it sold almost like in 30 minutes again or something like that. So yeah, it definitely seems I could go a little bit higher on that price, which would mean I'd be able to recalculate a whole bunch of the other things, which would be good, because if I can get a bit more for this, that provides just a bit more flexibility with some of the other stuff. So yeah, now even though I mentioned in the previous vlogs I didn't want to increase the price because I thought it would take longer to sell, this now opens the door of seeing if I can do a bit more tinkering, what price I could actually sell it at, to see what people are fine with buying on that. And that would be fun to see if we can get a little bit more on that, because for those who don't remember, a couple of vlogs back, we did the math, and currently the profit, I mean, I sell it for $7.50 a pound, but then after all of my costs, I make just over $3 a pound, excluding what I pay for boxes and tape and bags and packing paper and stuff like that. So yeah, if I'm able to raise it just a little bit, that would provide a little bit more flexibility on purchases and stuff like that. So that was interesting. So might be able to have some progress on that in the future. But yeah, gonna get to work on some other stuff now. Have to carry some furniture to the road because we're getting rid of some of that stuff, so that'll take a while. And yeah, hopefully tomorrow should be able to get some stuff done. Might be getting a little bit of help tomorrow actually for one of the set part outs that we were looking at. So that'll be interesting. Might be able to film a bit of that, but yeah, lots to do. Yogurt time. One thing too. And then again, the saga continues with it randomly appearing. So yeah, then sold the very first of the CMFs, and what's it in this drawer? No, this one. This is it? No, it is in this one. So yeah, sold two of the, I think it's Captain Carter, one on Bricklink and one on eBay. So for like I want to say like a month or so, I had this set here just sitting on the table downstairs. There was a damaged one, so I left it till the end and then listed it as damaged on the same listing with it, all the new images and stuff like that. And yes, I left it on the table for like a month or something, and then eventually I was like, okay, well, it hasn't sold, so, or maybe half a month, I can't remember. So then I just eventually decided to take it up to clear some room, and then the very next day, or like 2 days or something like that later, it sold. So yeah, sold that out of the eBay room. So yeah, then just working on the thing. So yeah, so was able to, because yeah, with the other ones, when this was shipped out, that's when I was still using the scale over there. That's meant for more so for heavier items, not for things that are only a couple pounds. So yeah, when in total, I think that package was like 7 point something pounds, because it was the 5+1 free, and then because the other scale was off, I always included quite a bit too much extra. But now for these ones, I am using the precision scale for ones that are about 10 pounds or under, just to get a bit more precise. So I was able to put about a tray of Lego back from these into that one there. And so then now we have, and this is with the box teared out, we've got 4.12 pounds here, and then this one here we've got about 2.1 pounds in this one here. So I was able to get both of those ready again. So yeah, these are the two that are being shipped out that were from the stuff that we got back in the mail. And then yeah, I can't remember if I mentioned this in the vlog or if I was just thinking about it earlier, but the one good side about the Canada Post strike is that Stallion Express has now added Pure Later, which is another shipping company, to their website. So then now some of the options that used to only be available through some companies, like for example, if you're shipping like a 30 or 40 pound box to somewhere, then it would normally be too heavy for the cheaper carriers like Uni and stuff like that. And so then it would have to only go through Canada Post. But because Stallion Express doesn't have UPS in Canada, so then yeah, that would make it a bit more expensive through Canada Post for some parcels. But now that they have Pure Later, that's an even cheaper option again for some locations. And of course, it's not like it's always going to be cheaper than Canada Post. For any package under like 15 pounds or something like that, it's almost always more expensive. But I was able to do a bit of testing, and there are definitely use cases for it, so that's interesting. But yeah, gonna get these things packed up and then pull the orders, and yeah, get to work on that. And then I did just check on the Canada Post website, and it does seem like the strike won't be a complete shutdown, at least not at the beginning. They're going to be doing a revolving thing or something, so it's only some locations are going to be on strike and others not. So packages should not just come to a complete stop. It should just be delays depending where the package is going and stuff like that. So that's better than a complete shutdown. So yeah, good news for that, I guess. So since pulling orders is fun to watch, and I do still plan to be getting back on that filming, don't worry, it's just life is always getting busy and things never line up. But yeah, might as well grab a couple of them at least. So first up, we sold another one of the golden Oniloids for $40 plus shipping. So there's that one. And then the other one is we sold one of these Captain Carter Center's eBay, so they don't have to be the unassembled ones. So I want to try and sell the one that's assembled first, just to be on the safe side, because I just not the same quantity listed. So, but I just want to avoid accidentally shipping something like this on Bricklink, because they're listed as new on Bricklink. So this one here is the one that was assembled for the pictures on eBay. So yeah, just sold this one here for $15.50, I believe, for that one. So yeah, just pulled a couple there, but yeah, gonna pull the rest. Only about 100 lots total between the two sites, so it's a lot lighter than last time on Tuesday when we shipped stuff out. I'm assuming it's in relation to the Canada Post strike because of the huge warning on the page and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So I was just pulling the order, and so drawer 512 is this one, and that is now the very last stuff from that drawer. So that means it is now the third drawer of the used stuff that is now emptied. So we've got that one there, we've got this one here, and I believe, yeah, it's this one here. So 3 emptied of the 1,152. So yeah, making progress. So just getting to work, and so Canada Post did a complete 180 from what they had on their website yesterday. And then when it said that they were going to be doing rotating strikes and stuff, and that they would still be doing the guaranteed delivery timeframes for parcels and stuff like that, except for affected regions and stuff like that, had my hopes up that there wasn't going to be too major of a difference. But then apparently when they went on strike this morning, they completely switched up absolutely everything. And so it had initially said that it was going to just be the rotating strike, but now it's a complete strike. Not a single thing of mail will be delivered through Canada Post at all until the strike is over. They won't accept new packages, although apparently some Canada Post locations, like if it's in a mall or something where it's like in joint operations with like a third party or something like that, those ones will stay open and they'll accept new mail, though the mail will just sit at that location, won't actually go anywhere until after the strike. So yeah, now we have all that fun. And so what I'm left with is that a whole bunch of packages that were probably going to be fine going letter mail, because I'm assuming probably on eBay a good amount of these are going to go letter mail and stuff like that. So what I am going to do is for all of the packages that were going to be shipped out today that would normally go letter mail, since they won't accept any more letter mail, and I don't want it to just sit in the boxes for a while. What I'll do is for all of the ones that have already been paid and stuff like that, I'll just ship everything as a parcel today. That will range anywhere from costing a minimum of like $3 extra per order to a maximum of, I think that there might be one or two that would cost about $10 extra per thing, but it's just because those orders were already in before the strike officially started, so I just wanted to get those done. But for any orders I get in after the strike, I'm going to be sending the customers a message and basically saying that their order won't be packed up or shipped out until after the strike ends. And then that way they can cancel the order if they want. And then also if they want, then I can charge them for parcel shipping, and then I can ship their package out via parcel, and stuff like that. So yeah, a lot more complicated than it was just yesterday. I got 2 more orders to pull, and then gonna ship orders out. And yeah, so we are gonna see what happens. And yeah, might temporarily close down the eBay store. I'm not sure. I was also thinking about possibly just temporarily increasing all of the item costs for shipping from the $2.50 to like $5 or $6 or $7 or something like that, just until the strike goes, because then I can keep it open, and then it'll just be shipped parcel and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll figure it out. So on eBay, I just decided to do a time away instead of a increasing shipping costs or closing the store, stuff like that, because if I recall correctly, a couple of years back, when there was a separate strike with Canada Post, I think it was 2 or maybe 3 weeks total before the government got involved to fix it. So with eBay, you can do up to 15 days away for where you can still have sales, but then the buyer has it notified and stuff like that, that it will be up to 15 extra days for that. So yeah, I was able to do that. So hopefully it should be resolved by then, but yeah, we'll find out. But yeah, I got 2 more orders to pull, so I'll get those 2 orders pulled and then start shipping things out, and yeah, just see what happens. So yeah, just got everything packed up now, and yeah, so then I think there was 13 packages that would have normally gone letter mail that we then paid for parcel just to get it all shipped out with the delay. It's still there. I don't know what that is. But with the delays, so there's that, and the packages ranged, the parcel costs ranged from $5.20 on the low end to, I think there was one of them at $9 or $11 or somewhere around there. I think it was like $8.90 something. And then there's another one that was 11 something, but I can't remember if that $11 one was a one that would normally a parcel already. So there's that. But yeah, so that stuff there is all getting shipped out, and then updated the thing on the terms on Bricklink and Brick Owl, so that any more orders I get that would be affected by that stuff, I'll just send them a message just to get that cleared up. But yeah, so that is that, and we'll see what happens during the strike. Yogurt time. So yeah, then actually what I should do for these is, let me just actually do this. I'm not sure why I didn't do this before I started recording, but let's open up a 2024 calendar here and go to images and click on the first one. And of course it's a real small calendar, so let's try this one here. So we are currently right here. So that means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks total left before the end of the year. So as of recording this, it is going to be 6 more vlogs, and then we will finally be starting with some of that stuff soon. That's just a droid there. So yeah, it is getting close, and yes, saving up. And so I was set back a little bit when I bought the CMFs, but we are still have a solid amount saved up for starting to buy some of that stuff when that stuff gets figured out, which should hopefully be, not sure, but it'll be somewhat soon, hopefully. But yeah, so yeah, we are still working on that. But yeah, then today I'll work on editing the vlog. Still during the Canada Post strike, so I have to I received the first order that would normally be shipped letter mail since I added this stuff to the terms. So I have to figure out what type of message I want to send to buyers and stuff like that. But yeah, then I think the main goal for today, because it's like the 6 weeks of just kind of you can do some stuff, but not too much. So I've got a bit of free time for these 6 weeks. Yeah, going to try and work on the Stream Deck. There were some more things I wanted to try to add to that. So I'll see if I can work on that a little bit later today. So that should help with some of that stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to do. I wanted to add a whole bunch of like templates and stuff like that. Cause right now, like for example, I mean, you want to avoid missing pieces whenever possible and stuff like that, but inevitably, once your store grows, you're going to have missing pieces. And so I have to write up to a buyer, like in a message, all the things like, hi, I was pulling your order, this piece was missing, I've sent a refund for this, and so on and stuff. But then I just want to try to have the templates into the Stream Deck. So whenever I go to the screen, I just need to press one button, and then I just need to fill in the part number and the value or something like that. And that type of stuff should hopefully speed things up, and then also have a similar one for local pickups and when I list minifigures for like the new unassembled comments and stuff like that. So that's what I want to try to work on today. Some more of the behind the scenes stuff, just trying to get as much stuff as I can get set up before the new year. So yeah, going to work on some of that stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching if you got this far. Today is a Saturday, next vlog, but the vlog will be out Monday, and the next vlog will be out the Monday after that. But thank you for watching if you got this far.